Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to our chair yoga for this fortnight. Before we get started, we're just going to make sure that we have the right equipment. So we're going to need a sturdy chair, one with a back, as we'll be using that for a couple of our poses today. We're going to need a strap. So you can use a strap or a belt or dressing gown strap or a long scarf, anything that sort of gives you a good bit of a reach. You want to be able to hold your arms sort of at shoulder width apart on that one. And the other thing we're going to need today is a block or a substitute for a block. So it needs to be something that you can hold comfortably in one hand. So whether that is a packet of rice, as long as it doesn't rain rice down on your head, or a book, something that you can just use, but it does need to be a comfortable hold and not too heavy. So if you drop it, you don't donk yourself on the head. The other thing you need to make sure of is that you are on a stable surface. So I'm on a carpet surface here so my chair won't slip. If you are on floorboards or vinyl, if you can pop maybe some rubber matting underneath so that it doesn't slip, you just want to make sure that your chair won't slide around at all. The other thing that's super important is if anything doesn't feel right for your body today, just making sure you listen to that. So it's not about the shapes that your body's making, they don't have to look exactly the same as mine, but just making sure that you're listening to your body with what feels good. And that's a big part of the practice of yoga, is developing that awareness and respect for your body. And you might be wonderful one day and not so wonderful the next, or something might be a bit tight the next day. It's just working with your body in that moment, in that day. So before we get started, we'll start off with our breathing exercise and relaxation. So taking the hands on top of the thighs and just resting back into your seat for the moment. So you don't need to be upright for this bit. We're just going to relax back. Let your body be supported by the chair. I'm going to close the eyes, taking a deep breath in through the nose and letting it out in a sigh. So if you're feeling any worries or pressures or, concerns, seeing if you can breathe those out with your sigh. Just let it all go. Make as much noise as you like, especially if you're watching from home. Deep breath in and out, and just finding any expression that you find in that moment. Deep breath in. And then settling into a normal breath. And we're just going to run our awareness from the top of our head all the way down to the tips of our toes. And doing this body scan, we're going to be just paying attention and tuning in with our body, because we're often in our body all the time, but we don't often give it that full attention just for it to speak to us. So keeping the eyes closed, still staying nice and relaxed. Relaxing through the crown of the head. Relaxing and softening all the muscles of the face, softening through the eyes, letting the cheeks feel heavy and soft. Relaxing through the jaw, softening the tongue, relaxing the muscles down the neck, into the shoulders, letting the shoulders and the arms feel really heavy, letting the bones sink down. Letting the muscles around the bones be completely relaxed. Releasing through the back body, noticing where your back is connecting with your chair, where there might be some space. Starting to tune in and listen. Moving your awareness down your front body. So feeling the beating of your heart, noticing the expansion and contraction of your rib cage with the breath. Letting your belly feel soft and relaxed, all the way down into your hips. Feeling your hips heavy in your seat. Your whole upper body suspended on your hips. Relaxing the muscles of the hips and the buttocks, down into the thighs. And again with the arms, letting the bones feel heavy, the muscles around them soft and relaxed. Allowing yourself to be completely supported by the chair underneath you and the floor underneath your feet. And letting all of the muscles just have a moment of respite. Relaxing through the knees and the kneecap. And all the way down each calf muscle, the muscle along the front of the shin, down into the ankles. Feeling into the floor with your feet. Noticing the surface beneath your feet. Relaxing through the heel and the arch of the foot, all of the muscles along the top of the feet and out to the tip of each toe. And then just become aware of the whole body. Notice your energy levels for today and just take a moment to promise yourself that you'll respect those energy levels and how you're feeling physically today. There's no gold medals for pushing yourself past the point of comfort. And then just letting the body soften and relax that little bit more. And then we're going to turn our attention to our breath. So without changing anything, we're just watching at this stage. Noticing the rhythm of your breath, the pattern of your breath. Is your inhalation longer than your exhalation? Noticing if your breath is catching in any particular spots. Does your breath come easy or is it a little bit of hard work? And trying to soften through the tummy here. Just noticing the breath. Before taking the hands onto our tummies for our 3-part breath. So for our 3-part breath, we start off with our hands on our tummies. So tummies feeling nice and soft. On our inhalation, so our fingertips are going to be just touching at the belly button. On our inhalation, our belly is going to balloon out, so filling the bottom of the lungs with air. So if you'd like to sit up a little bit taller here to give yourself that bigger breath, that bigger reach in your lungs. Placing the hands on the belly and inhaling, letting the belly balloon out and the fingertips will separate slightly. Exhaling, the belly will draw in and the fingertips will come back together. Inhale, breathing in nice and deep. Belly balloons out. Exhale, belly draws in and the fingertips touch. Inhale, breathing in. Belly balloons out. Exhale, belly draws in. We're going to now take our hands up to the side ribs. So taking your hands out to the side. If that's not comfortable in your shoulders or your arms, just crossing them over the front. If we can do it out to the side, that's better because we get an expansion through the front of the body. But again, working with where you're at today. So breathing in, the belly's going to balloon out. And then we breathe in a bit deeper and the lower ribs are going to expand out to the side. As we exhale, those lower ribs will contract and the belly will draw in. Inhale, belly balloons out, ribs expand. Exhale, the ribs contract and the belly balloons in. Belly contracts in, sorry. Inhale, belly balloons out, ribs expand. Exhale, the ribs contract and the belly draws in. Now I'm going to move to the last part of our 3-part breath and we're going to take our fingertips up to our collarbone. So resting the fingertips up on the collarbone, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed here and relaxing through the face. So sometimes when we're concentrating really hard, we can start to hold a lot of tension in our hips as well as in our jaw. So we just consciously relax that. If you need to sort of open your mouth a few times, go for it. And closing the eyes again, we'll come into that last part of the 3-part breath. Nice relaxed hips, shoulders and neck. Breathing in, the belly balloons out, the ribs expand, and then the chest rises. So filling the whole lung here. Breathing out, and the chest is going to fall, the ribs are going to draw in, and the belly is going to draw in. Inhale, belly balloons out, the ribs expand and the chest rises. And exhale, the chest falls, the ribs contract and the belly draws in. One more time here. Belly balloons out, ribs expand and chest rises. And the chest falls, the ribs contract and the belly draws in. So just feeling that effect of that full breath, saturating your blood with that beautiful oxygen. Just do 2 more deep breaths here in your own time so you can keep your hands anywhere that those physical cues might help. Otherwise you can just take your hands to the top of your legs. Breathing in nice and deep. And exhaling. Fantastic. So let's get started on our yoga practice today. Our movements, we're going to warm up through our body first. So just going to start by taking our hands around in a little rotating motion here. So rolling our hands forward, and then we're going to roll our hands backwards. Taking the hands out, palms facing up. So we're going to extend out through, so the inner elbows stretching through the front of the arms, and then bending the fingertips to the shoulders. Extending out, really opening the hands wide, and then bringing them in on the exhale. Inhale, extend, create space in the fingers, in the hands, and exhale, bringing them in. This time, we're going to take the hands down, so we're going to brush the thighs, taking the hands down and up, coming to the top of the head, and exhale, coming down. Again, respecting wherever your movement is at today, just doing what you can. And exhale, bringing them down in front. Inhale, taking the hands down, brushing the thighs. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down in front of the heart. And one more time. Inhale, taking the hands down and up, creating space, gathering all that beautiful energy, and exhale, bringing it down in front of the heart. Going to do our shoulder twists now. So we're taking the fingertips to the shoulder points. And we're going to try, again, respecting your movement, and we're just going to start off with some little shoulder circles. So start off by doing, imagine you've got a pen strapped to each elbow. Imagine you're drawing or painting on a piece of paper at the outside of your elbows. So just letting them slowly increase, again, respecting your movement for the day. And then trying to come as big as possible. So rotating up and around. And the opposite direction. So we're going to start again, little circles. We're going to move the other way now, and then slowly increasing the range of movement there. So it might feel a bit more natural one way than the other. I think a general good rule of thumb is that something feels a bit weird, then it's good for the brain. It means we're learning something new. And bringing it down. Shoulders should feel nice and awake, just some rolls through the shoulders backwards, rolling through the shoulders forwards. So warming up through the neck here, so keeping the hands on the legs, still sitting up nice and tall in the seat. Going to drop the left ear to the left, right ear to the right shoulder, keeping the shoulders heavy and relaxed. Left ear to the left shoulder, right ear to the right shoulder. And then again, only moving as far as is comfortable with your neck. Taking the left hand up, palm facing down, dropping like really heavy through that right shoulder, and then pointing the left fingertips up towards the ceiling and pushing to that left hand. So you should feel a wonderful stretch all the way up the side. Fantastic. Dropping the left arm, left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, holding it here, and then keeping this left shoulder heavy, taking the right hand palm up, pushing, pointing the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then pushing into that right hand. So staying up nice and tall through the upper body. Smile, relax through the face. And then coming down. We're going to do a little bit of a twist here. So we're going to take our hands up, coming overhead, and then we're just going to twist to the right. So taking the left hand to the outside of the right leg, and your right hand can either come to your hip, to the chair, or if you'd like to get a really deep twist, you can take your hand to the top of the back of the chair. So just respecting where you're at for today. And then when we're here, we're going to lift up through our body. So imagine someone's pulling a string up through the top of the head. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twist to the right. Relaxing the face. Inhale, reaching up through the head. Exhale, twist. Then inhale, coming back to the center. Taking the arms up and overhead again, reaching through the fingertips, and exhale, twisting to the left this time. So taking the right hand to the outside of the left leg, hand to the hip, left hand to the hip, the chair, or taking the arm up onto the back of the chair. And again, we're going to inhale, reach through the crown of the head, make ourselves really long through the body. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And inhale, coming back to the center. Now it's time for our block. So this is going to work on just a little bit of, again, upper range movement. And by holding something, we're giving ourselves a little bit of strength training, and it's just using different parts of our brain. So we're going to take our block or block substitute in our left hand. Inhale, we're going to take it up and overhead. Then we're going to take our right hand up, grab the block and bring it down on the other side. Coming up. And again, if you can't come up over, doing it out in front is still fantastic. Just working with whatever movement you can find today. So then we're going to come the opposite direction. Right arm up, then left arm up, grab the block and bring it down. Moving the other direction, inhale up, right hand up, swapping over, right hand down. Now we're going to move it out in front. Taking the block out and around, out and around. And up overhead one more time and bringing that one back down. Doing a lot of stuff with our arms today, so I don't feel like our arms get much love. We're now going to take our strap. So we want to start off with our strap shoulder width apart. So this time we're going to lift up and down instead of side to side. We're just increasing our range of movement here. Taking the strap in the wrists, we're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, lift down. Strong through the tummy and the abdominals here. Make sure we're not sinking into our chair. Inhale, reaching up, exhale, coming down. We're going to take inhale up. We're going to hold it up here and try and come to the side. So stretching through that left side body, leading the hands to the right. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bending to the other direction, this time stretching through that right side. So make sure that right hip stays down in the seat firmly. Inhale, up. Exhale to the right, keeping that left hip down firm. Inhale, up. Exhale, over to the right, stretching through that. Over to the left, stretching through that right hip heavy in the seat. Inhale, up. Now, if you would like to, you can bring the arms down behind, but see how that feels on your shoulders. It can be quite strong. If it doesn't feel right, just bring them back down in front. So inhale, up, and either coming down in front or coming down behind. Inhale, up. Exhale, down in front. One more time. Inhale, reaching up, and either taking them behind the head or coming back down in front. Exhale, behind. Then inhale one more time. Exhale, down. Fantastic. Let's warm up through our legs now. So actually we will keep our straps. So keep them nice and handy. So we'll take the right foot up first. Normally we do the left, so we'll mix it up with the right today. So pushing through the heel, pulling the toes back towards the face. So you can either hold underneath the leg, you can use your strap to hold underneath the leg, or if you'd like to really try and build strength through here, try and extend and keep this quad muscle really strong and engaged. So it should feel quite hard. That means it's working well. Whatever variation works for you. So we're just going to point and flex the foot here. Pointing and flexing, rotating around at the ankle, one direction and at the other direction. Taking the strap around the foot, over the ball of the foot, and still sitting up nice and tall through our upper body. So we're going to try and pull on the strap to lift that leg up, but again coming to wherever you're comfortable. If it feels too pulley or it's pinching in the lower back, bring it down to a point where it doesn't cause any discomfort. So bringing it up, sitting nice and tall through the seat. Then we're going to take the strap into the right hand. Left hand's going to come onto the hip and we're going to take our right leg out. So stretching through this inner thigh. Fantastic. Inhale back to center. Then we're going to try and take it over. It's a little bit more difficult. If you want to come on the edge of your seat and straighten through that left leg, you can. Just making sure you're not going to slide forward off the seat. We're then going to bring the foot up onto the top of the thigh. So bending the right leg. If you're feeling any pressure in the knee here, flexing these toes back towards the knee. If you're not able to get up here with your hips, straighten the left leg and bring the foot down the leg. So try and find a cross somewhere on your legs, and that will work its way up into the hips. So sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the face. And we're going to come into a forward fold here, but if you have any high or low blood pressure, don't come down further than your heart. So inhale coming up, exhale folding forward. Then inhale slowly coming up, and we're going to swap our legs. So taking the strap, oh no, we don't do the strap yet. So first of all, we're going to extend through the left heel now. So still sitting up nice and tall, pointing and flexing through that left foot. And then rotate around in the ankle in one direction and in the other direction. Now we're going to pull our strap around the ball of the foot, taking the strap up. So we're going to try and pull up through this left leg, stretching through the hamstring in the back of the calf. But again, finding wherever works for you today. Even if that is down here, completely fine. And then taking the right hand to the right hip, we're going to open the left leg out slightly. Still sitting up nice and tall, strong abdominals. Exhale, coming back to the center. Then we're going to take the left foot on top of the right knee. So you might feel a bit of a difference in this side. You may have limited flexibility on one side. Again, adapting your practice wherever that fits for you. So if that includes straightening through the right leg and just crossing them further down, wherever it works. Otherwise, flexing the toes back towards the knee. Sitting up nice and tall. You can stay here if you like, but if you'd like to come into a forward fold, again, just watching if you have high or low blood pressure there. Then exhale, folding forward over the leg. Nice big deep breaths here. Excellent. Inhale coming up. Releasing the leg. We're just going to do one standing pose today. So we're going to come up and we're going to spin our chair side on. So we're going to do a modified downward dog pose here, which is a really great release for the low back. So we're going to stand close to our chair here, and then we're going to walk our feet back as far as is comfortable. So if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to come all the way back, just finding a spot which you still get a little bit of a stretch through the back of the legs, but you need to also feel safe. So if this is you here, that's completely fine. We can still do what we're going to do with our legs here. So we're going to walk our feet back. Our full pose is finding a right angle, but again, finding wherever you're at. So pressing down into the palms, into the chair, engaging through the abdominals. And we want to sort of widen through the shoulder blades. Ears should be in line with the upper arms. So you can rock your head side to side to see if you can feel your arms with your ears. And just releasing here. So holding here for a few breaths. If you need to come up sooner, please do. This is a great restorative pose. And inhale, coming out, walking forward slowly. We're just going to hold on to the back of our chair and do a couple of little leg lifts to strengthen through the back of the legs. So we're going to take our left foot back first. So standing nice and steady, holding on for support. Pressing through the left heel, lifting it up from the floor slightly. We're just going to do some little squeezes through the back of the leg. Fantastic, just building a bit of strength there. And then swapping onto the right side. So just bringing the leg up, squeezing through the back of the leg, staying nice and strong through our torso. Fantastic. Spin the chair around and we'll finish off our session today. So coming back onto the chair, wiggling back, hands on top of the thighs. You can relax back into your seat now, give yourself a rest from your hard work. Taking another deep breath in and out. And again, just noticing your body, Relaxing from the very tips of the fingers right through to the tips of the toes. Relaxing the face, softening through the jaw. Just noticing the feeling of your body, becoming aware of yourself in the room. Just trying to let any thoughts flow out of your mind as soon as they come in. Just try to carve out a little bit of space, a little bit of quiet for yourself in this moment. And taking the hands to the heart, bowing the hands, turning up the corners of the mouth in a smile. Thank you and namaste. I hope you've enjoyed today's session and that you have a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.